større þú mig Reifur dóttan rjú þú mig og varveit aldrei hér mína Óþóri lúta við að verði innan handa vinna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóttan rjú þú mig og varveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mein og hvarveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mein og hvarveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mein og hvarveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mein og hvarveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna lúta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mig og varveit aldrei innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mig og varveit aldrei hér innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mein og varveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri lúta við að verði hérna brjóta vinna manna Kom með hamri helgagarðina styrð þú hjarta störð þú mig Reifur dóngi jú þú mig og hvarveit aldrei hér býr innan Óþóri
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your Saturday night Asatru Heathen Norse Pagan prayer service. My name is Ben Kowalski-Grek. I'm a Gothi, and this is sponsored by The Troth. Please visit us at www.thetroth.org to learn more about the organization that is putting this on. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to those of you who are coming back. And welcome for the first time to those of you who are here for the first time. King, I see you. Existential Crisis, my old friend. We've come to talk with you again. I quit my job and have an interview with a new job on Monday. That is fantastic to hear that you have an interview on Monday. That is great. I hope it goes well. Mind asking Cert to go home? I mean, civilized. I do recall someone wanting a prayer for him last week. And so he came and cooked all of us. Good to see you guys. I see a couple of people from this morning. Duchess. The Duchess is in the house, of course. Hello, Duchess. All right. So for those of you who haven't been here before, here's how we do this thing. We go from education to participation to question and answer. So first we'll talk about this right here, this method of prayer that we're about to go through together. We'll talk about each step. Then we're actually going to do it together. And then we're going to ask questions and hopefully get answers. If you have questions about heathenry, Norse paganism, also through I'm a Gothi, I should be able to help answer some of those. And if you have questions about the Troth, the organization that puts this on, I have the honor of serving as president. I should be able to answer some of those questions as well. I could call you Anya, but I think that would disrespect your title. You've earned that somehow. I don't know how exactly, but I don't want to disrespect royalty. All right. So let's start with education. We're going to be talking about this. This is the prayer method that we're going to go through today. And I think you deserve to know that this was completely invented by me. This is, as they say, the UPG. But I like to think of it as a synthesis. It's bringing together a lot of different sources to compile one thing that we can use in our daily practice. That's how I like to think of it. So my synthesis is going to look different than other people's syntheses. So let's talk about how we go through each step. It's a deep lore that we are not educated on. Let me educate. All right. So first thing is when we are starting to pray, and also through heathenry, Norse paganism, usually the question that gets first asked is, which way do we face? Do we have a special direction, right? Well, yes. If you have an altar, that's your special direction. You face the altar. Easy peasy. If you don't have an altar, you don't need to go run out and buy one. You can still pray without one. People pray on the road. This is very common. You don't need to have an altar. This is not a magical working of some kind. What I would say is there are two directions that I believe are mentioned in the lore very briefly. There's east and then there's north. The way I pick between the two is if the sun is rising, I face east. If the sun is setting, I face north. Or if it's nighttime, right? If it's nighttime, I face north. So night north, dawn east. Just face the sun as it's coming up. Could not be easier. So depending on what time zone you're in, it could be nighttime right now. It could be daytime where you are right now. We all have a direction that we can face. Okay? Next, the opening. Before we do the prayer, we want to bless the space that we're in. Now, how do we bless the space that we are about to use? Because we live in multi-purpose spaces. You, me, everybody. This right here, this space that I'm in, this is a basement. This is a child's playroom sometimes. This is a gym sometimes. This is an office sometimes. It's not always sacred space. So how do we claim the sacred space that we need in order to pray? Well, a couple different ways Norse pagans have figured that out over the years. The first, if you're old school, you already know, the good old, say it with me now, Hammerite. Come on, everyone, you know the words. Hammer in the north, hail and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the east, hail and hallow this holy stead. Then you keep doing that in all the different directions. Then hammer above, hammer below, hammer within. Sometimes I've seen people get a little sassy with it and do a little hammer within. But that is the old school. If you see someone doing that, chances are they have been either taught by someone who's done this a long time, or they are someone who's done this for a really long time. And some of you might notice it does sound a little bit like high magic. And you'd be right. It does come to us from Wicca, the calling of the corners. You know that. But it was very early on, and also through people were trying new things, doing different things. It was a crazy time, man. Everything was all over the place. So whatever it is, that's part of our legacy. And again, if you're, I throw no shade on it. I just don't do it myself. It's a little bit too high magic for me. Another way that people have figured out is through fire. So they'll usually light a fire, bonfire, or if you just have a candle or something at home, they'll light that up. Or they'll carry around a torch or a lantern and do a circumambulation of the space. I do not have the space, and I live with asthmatics. So having open flame in my home, or incense or something like that, while it might work for you, and it might be great, I love incense, love candles too, great ambiance, doesn't always work for me living with asthmatics. So what do? I'm stuck. I can never pray. I can never sacralize the space. Don't worry. Okay. Take a tip from our friends from the East. All right. Beautiful sound. This is a singing bowl. This is something I ding. Or if you have a bell, you can ring that. Or if you just have your hands, give it a clap. So either ring, ding, or clap. We'll do that 3 times, and that gives us our sacred space. Now we are ready. Could not be easier. So ring, ding, clap, bow once towards the altar. Now we enter the sacred space and we bless ourselves. We bless the space. Now let's bless ourselves. Very quick. Bless my thoughts, bless my words, and bless my deeds. Hand to the forehead. Oh, sorry, fingers to the forehead, finger to the throat, hands extended in front. Thoughts, words, deeds. Easy enough. Next, we begin the prayer proper. It's funny because today, actually yesterday is the day my daughter asked how we talk to the gods. And I'm going to give you a different answer than I gave her, because I wish I could give her a handed down prayer from ancient times, but we don't have that. We do have, fortunately, surviving poetry from that era. And one of the poems that we like to use is a good old Sigdrifamal, verses 2 and 3, the ones that begin, Hail Day, Hail Sons of Day, and Hail the Gods, Hail the Goddesses. This is the one that most of us know and have memorized, and I'm no different. It's as close to a version of the Lord's Prayer as you are going to get in heathenry. It's something that many of us know by heart, and I'm just going to keep that. So we're going to do that together. And then we are going to do free verses. Free verses are verses that I make up myself on the spot, usually using the structure that we used before for the Hail Day, Hail Sons of Day. So instead of Hail Day, Hail Sons of Day, it would be Hail Thor, Hail Son of Odin and of Earth, hail our savior and protector, or sustainer and our protector, whichever you prefer. But that's the basic structure, and you'll pick it up as we go along. Okay, we're gonna get it. Now, this is the time, chat, you know this is the time when we start taking requests. So if you have requests for deities, whoever it was that requested Cert last time, I thank you. I don't necessarily want to thank you for the 93-degree heat and the fire and the smoke that we've been dealing with lately. I'm sure that wasn't what we meant. I'm sure. But perhaps a calming prayer this time to soothe these wildfires that are going right now in our neighbor to the north and in our formerly pristine Boundary Waters National Park. Now, after doing our prayers, however many we're going to do, we will prostrate each time. So after each verse, a prostration. That means full face down, hands down. Come back up. In the next verse, full face down, hands down. Back up for the next verse. And we just keep doing that until all the verses are done. So once we are finished with all our verses, and of course, if you're doing this at home, if you're playing your version of the home game, you can do one bonus verse. You could do you could do 2 free verses, 3 free verses. You could do 10 free verses. You could do 20 free verses, however many you want to do it, or you could do the same one over and over and over again. It truly is a flexible format. There is no recommended number of times that you are supposed to do this, nor is there a recommended number of gods that you are supposed to pray to. It is your prayer. Okay? It is yours. I'm giving it to you. It's yours now. So whatever it is you want to do at home, however long you want to do that for, great. After all of them are done, what I like to do is do about a 1 to 2 minute reflection, meditation on what we just did. Now, I think of prayer as being a divine encounter. It's us meeting the gods in that moment. And in that moment, what I think is, how do I take this moment and bring it out of this space once I leave, as I go about my daily life? How am I going to honor this moment? How am I going to bring this moment into the world? And that is through seeking wisdom, through speaking kindly and truthfully to others, and through doing good and healing deeds. Those are the things I think about: seeking wisdom, speaking kindly and truthfully, and doing good and healing deeds. Okay, that's what I think about. After that 2-minute meditation, I will rise to my feet, and then I will bow twice more, and then we'll be done, and we can get on to our Q&A. See, I've seen the chat blowing up. Let's see. I know. Thank you, Civilized. Civilized is usually so helpful. He usually summarizes the list for me. Yeah, chat's been popping. I see a Fenrir and Loki. I see Snotra. I see Bragi. Finish reading books I've started. Frigg. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Logan Frigg. Odin and Freyr. Oh, you're going to be happy. Whoever it was that requested Freyr. The background music I have changed for our prayer, which is now a mantra to Freyr that I developed using my own version of Old Norse and a imaginative experiment using AI. So you will hear what a Freyr mantra sounds like. It'd be cool. Let's see here. Ash. Emergency custody of a family friend's child. Yes. Keep her protected. Ash, I would suggest, I think, Frigg or Thor. Mm-hmm. And Ash, let's think about this, Ash. We'll do an experiment here. This isn't necessarily whose department it is. It's who do you count on for protection? Who do you trust for this in your life, just generally? You don't have to think about departments or whose job this is. It's your God's job, right? Trust most. Okay, of course. Of course. All right, Thor's there. Let me see if I've got our full list. Fenrir. Yeah, Fenrir, Loki, Air. Hel, Odin, Freya. Freyr, Bragi, Snotra. Frigg. Thor. Okay. I will, throughout the prayer, make sure I didn't miss anybody and go through the chat again. Okay? Let's begin. All right. Bless my thoughts, bless my words, bless my deeds. Hail day, hail sons of day, hail night and her daughter. Look upon us with kind eyes, as we who are patient find peace. Hail the gods, hail the goddesses, hail the ever-giving earth. Bless us with wisdom, kind words, and healing hands lifelong. Hail Frigg, hail the beloved, hail the protector of children. Frigga, we ask you to watch over children in distress, whether it be at home, or from war, or from wildfire. Protect children, protect all children. Make them safe. Show them that they are loved. Hail Thor. Hail to our sustainer and our protector. Hail to the son of Odin and of earth. Thor, may your hammer bless and protect and guide families through strife. May they protect the children, the innocent victims of strife. And may you use that hammer to crush the obstacles in our way and make the way smooth. May we find resolutions to our issues and find peace. Hail Fenrir. Hail to the Howler. Hail to the defender of those who seek justice. Fenrir, may your fierceness defend and protect all of those who are seeking justice in a system that does not favor them. You protect and guide them. May they come to no harm. And may they find what they are looking for. Hail Loki. Hail to the faithful companion. Hail to the Skywalker and the far traveler. Loki, may you walk alongside all of those who have the courage to be their truest selves in a world that does not appreciate them the way they ought to be appreciated. May your love and your kindness find them. May your compassion guide them. Hail Air. Hail to the healing maiden. Hail to the best, most perfect of all physicians. Air, may you guide our physicians' hands, our surgeons' hands, our pathologists' minds, all of the doctors and nurses who take care of us when we are sick, our loved ones when they are sick. May we be returned to health and to wholeness and happiness. Hail Snotra. Hail allied goddess of Frigga. Hail to the wise one. Snotra, may your wisdom and counsel guide us to the truth, and may it find us in wisdom. Hail Hel. Hail to she, the great hostess. Hail to the keeper of our beloved dead. Hail to you, Hel. May our beloved dead who are in your company enjoy your hospitality. We entrust them to your care until the day that we someday will join them in your home. Hail Odin. Hail to the wisdom seeker. Hail to you, fearless of death. Odin, in seeking our wisdom, may you lead us to the truth. Make us fearless of death. And guide us to true wisdom. Hail Frey. Hail Yngvi. Hail to you, the bringer of peace and plenty. May the Lord of peace and plenty empty his bounty on the earth. May those who suffer privation, and may those who suffer need, may they get the shared plenty of all. May greed perish from this earth, and may peace and plenty reign forever. Hail Bragi. Hail to the greatest of skalds. Hail to you of the rune-cut tongue. Bragi, inspire us not only to write, but to read, to find the books that will give us the knowledge, seek, so that the stories we create, the poems we create, speak the truth to people. And may they understand that truth, and that through our words, that truth will be manifest in the world. All right, everyone. I think that was all. The requests we had. Let us begin our meditation. Once again, we are thinking on how we seek wisdom, how we speak kindly and truthfully towards others, and how we do good and healing deeds after this encounter with the gods. 2 minutes. Thank you for joining us for that meditation. Close our eyes, bow twice more, And then we'll be done. Thank you, everyone. And that's it. It's not that long. In all honesty, a heathen prayer service or heathen prayer, also through prayer, Norse pagan prayer, the way we do it, you can get it done in as little as 5 minutes. For those expecting something more complicated, I do apologize. For those expecting a full-on Wardruna or Heilung concert, I'm sorry to disappoint. I don't have an antler crown just laying around somewhere. Yeah. Bloats, especially bloats at like festivals and things like that, there's a lot more going on. But basically, this is the format. King, of course, you are always welcome. Oh, well, thank you, M-Man. We're really happy to do it. We're happy to provide this. Did anyone have any questions either about what we did or any modifications, any background, historical or otherwise, as to where this came from, or any questions that you might have about the Troth or about also through heathenry or whatever in general? Werewolf, you are of course welcome, and you're welcome back as well. Oh boy, Existential Crisis just posted a paragraph. I fear this. I am in fear. I am in fear. Let's dig in. Okay. Question. I usually try to rely on my own wisdom and research to figure things out, but I recently had Tyr show up in my space. He didn't say much, but I wanted to get a better connection with him. I also don't have the space in my room to make him an altar. I want to connect to him, and more to Loki and Fenrir, just unsure. That is interesting. That it's interesting to me that both Fenrir and Tyr. It is not as uncommon as you think, Existential Crisis, that people do worship Tyr and Fenrir. Oddly enough, both are deeply concerned with the concept of justice, right? The idea of justice, getting justice, usually for the marginalized, is usually what Fenrir, I would say Fenrir is usually the one who's justice for the marginalized. The way to connect to them, you don't need to have necessarily an altar to them, is you simply pray to them and you offer to them. Now you can just pick a direction, and north or east or whatever time of day it is, and you make offerings to them, and that builds the relationship. It is really just that simple. There's nothing that you need to profess or nothing that you need to do beyond praying and offering. I think heathenry is an amazing religion in that you think that for the offerings we make, the offerings of fruit, flowers, rice, grain, milk, whatever it is that we're offering, that somehow establishes a relationship with the divine. But it does. That is what we believe. It doesn't just establish it, it reinforces it, it affirms it. So it's not merely, I would say the truth of offering is that the gods were here all along. We are merely affirming it. is what we're doing when we're offering. We are affirming that relationship. It has always been there. We are only affirming it through that offering. So, whether you know it or not, Tyr showing up, in my view, is not really Tyr just walking in the door. Tyr has always been there. Tyr will always be there. Fenrir has always been there. Fenrir will always be there. Loki's always been there. They're always there. It's just, this is your moment of affirmation of that relationship. Let's see. Regarding my Gothi question this morning, I did a tarot reading and I was pretty much told to follow my dreams. Oh, that's great. Also did a rune reading and got Awaz, which means growth and gods. Spoken very loudly today. Well, King, I am glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear things are shaping up for you. In existential crisis, I hope that my answer helped a bit. I try to come on here to help with praying. I used to be Christian. I still have fears. Praying has made me nervous before, but being on here does help with getting through that fear. Thank you for the service. Of course, existential crisis. Come on. This is what we're here for. This is what we do this for. We're here to help with all kinds of existential crises. One of the things religion does best. Hopefully. Duchess says, yes, I believe Bragi, for example, has always been with me, long before I have known about this faith. I've had a passion for reading, for writing, for stories, ever since early childhood, and my favorite instrument has always been the harp. Well, there you go. Proof's in the pudding. QED. QED. Do we have any other questions before we wrap up for the evening? Did I miss any? Here we go. I saw one here. When you give an offering, does it help? Does it have to be to a specific deity, or can it be to the whole pantheon as a whole? Two schools of thought on that. One is yes, the other is yes, single deity. One is yes, all of them. I would say that giving a gift, sometimes you don't know exactly to whom it's going. You're merely giving a gift to the gods. Yeah. To all the gods. It is, the gift itself is an affirmation of a couple things. One, it is an affirmation of, for me, it's an affirmation that there is an other, right? To me, there's no such thing as a gift without both a giver and a receiver. It is a show of faith. Yeah. Otherwise I'm just wasting food, right? I mean, otherwise I'm just wasting food. If there's nobody there, I'm just delaying throwing this food in the trash is all I'm doing. So in seeing this as a sacrifice, as an offering, I am seeing the other. I am acknowledging the other. I'm acknowledging the existence of the other. I'm also acknowledging and affirming that this relationship that I have with the other is mediated through gifts, giving, generosity, the foundation of goodness between us, that sharing in abundance, right? So it's not necessarily that I am praying to, I could be praying to one specific God. I could have a prayer for one specific God in mind. But the affirmation, the affirmative act remains, and it remains valid regardless of whether you have one God in mind or all of the gods in mind. What you are affirming is the principle itself. The principle that, yes, we live in a world with gods. Yes, those gods are good enough to receive our gifts. And yes, we are good enough to give those gifts. That's what you're affirming. So it, again, does not matter if it's one god or many gods that you are giving to at once. The affirmative act remains valid regardless. I hope that helps. Yeah, of course, sentient tree. I've heard fireball whiskey in particular for Loki. Again, these offering, the particular kind of offering that it is a development of your practice. It's a development of your relationship with the gods. It's a show of your devotion. It's your style. It's your expression, your love letter. Right? You get to write what you want in it. And if that relationship says fireball whiskey comes into it. It's partly you, it's partly the character that the relationship takes on. Become a better person overall, and I've learned family matters more to me now than I ever did before. That is so touching to hear. All right, folks. Thank you for attending. Thank you for the wonderful questions. Thank you for the prayer requests. We will, of course, be back next week, Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Central. Hopefully I get there on time. And then at 8:30 p.m. Central, Sunday night. Growth members, I am hosting prayer service tomorrow morning. So we'll be back on this mat. We're getting back to the mat tomorrow morning. If you are a member of the Troth, you do get a private service over Zoom with more people than me. You will get Reverend Kyle, Reverend Mara, Reverend Tim, Reverend Dr. Tim, Reverend Jess, every single member of the clergy. Oh, Reverend Kurt. Every single member of the clergy is encouraged to take a service. So it's a grab bag as to who you're going to get. And it's always interesting. So thank you guys so much for coming to the service this evening. We will see you next week, same time, same place.